All right. So, what an amazing match yesterday between Fritz and Musetti. It was a quarterfinal. It went to 5 sets, and as you know, most of us were expecting Fritz to have the victory against Musetti. Now, we all know that Musetti always had the talent, but it was the execution part that was lagging. So he couldn't use all of his skills in a single match on a consistent basis and then win the match, right? But yesterday he changed it all. So three key factors that led to his victory. One was a single shot, which is slice, that was very effective, and that completely exposed the weakness of Fritz that he has in his game. The second factor was the attitude, which Musetti himself mentioned in the fifth set specifically, because Musetti historically has lost a lot of 5 set matches, and he has lost sets like love 6 against the opponents. So it was a new territory for him to win this match in a good fashion in the fifth set. So his attitude really did pay off in the end. And the third factor is the variety that he has in his game. Now, he always had that variety, but he was never able to use that for the span of 5 sets. This time he was able to do that, and he was able to win the match. So let's look at these statistics. So if you see, obviously Fritz was expected to be more aggressive. He has a better serve. He has better aggressive game. But there is a weakness in Fritz's game, that his whole game lies around being set up for a shot and being able to play aggressive. So there is this thing which Fritz needs to sort of adapt, because there would be players who would try to show him different shots, who try to mix the pace a little bit, and that is where he was not able to counter that. Specifically, the slice troubled Fritz a lot. If you see the match from third set onwards, I mean, Musetti was consistently using the slice after every 2 or 3 shots. And because Fritz was not getting that pace from the upcoming ball, he was not able to get set for his shot. And he likes to play the ball aggressively, but if he has no pace to work with, he gets into no man's land, and he was not able to counter that. What it does is it keeps Musetti in the rally, and then Musetti can decide, because of his variety, what he needs to do, whether he needs to use the slice again. And one more thing, Musetti was also able to use the slice in both directions. He was able to change directions, keep the ball low, keep the ball deep, and that was really frustrating. We know that Federer always used to use the strategy against the players who were tall and who could not get down to the ball a lot, and it helped Federer to win those matches. Similar thing was applied by Musetti yesterday, and hats off to him to play with that strategy. It really worked. Now, if you look at the stats, it's one thing that matters most, and that is the winners to unforced errors ratio. So if you see 41 winners for Fritz, because he obviously plays more aggressive tennis, but the unforced errors are 55, and some of those errors were a result of that strategy which Musetti applied. And because of that slice, Fritz's focus was also lost. He was also missing the normal forehands that he would not necessarily miss. So he was completely exposed in terms of that weakness, and he could not get back after that in the match. Although he played a very good fourth set, in the fifth set again those things came back, and Musetti was also able to play aggressive when it needed. He has a great one-handed backhand. He can hit down the line backhand. He can hit it cross court. He has got a good drop shot. So he has all the shots in the game. It's just about execution. And he also started serving really well from set two onwards, Musetti. I think that was also a big thing, because he was able to hold his serve consistently and comfortably. That also put pressure on Fritz. So, as I mentioned, Musetti's first serve improved post the first set, and that was an important factor. Slice was the key shot. Fritz could not have the answer to the variety Musetti provided, and that's what cost him the match in the end. So, the forehand quality also dropped after the second set, and I think that was a result of the strategy change which Musetti applied. And this just so shows you that if you have one weakness in your game, and if the opponent recognizes that, then it's very difficult to combat, right? We have such good talented players in tennis right now: Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, and they don't have any visible weakness. So if you have a weakness as a player, then it's very difficult to win against the top players. And I think Musetti was able to recognize that, and he was able to execute it as well. Right. Now, this was the killer shot for Fritz, as I mentioned. Musetti is trying to slice the ball here, and even if the ball is short, right, even if it is near the service line, Fritz is in no man's land. He doesn't know what to do with that ball, whether to slice it or whether to hit it aggressively. He did try to adapt on it, as Kyrgios and other commentators mentioned. He did try to hit a slice or an aggressive shot and move to the net. That's the only solution, to move to the net and finish the point. But he did not have that much confidence on every shot, and that is what was, you know, important for Musetti in this complete victory. So I think great win for Musetti overall, and finally he has made it to his first semi-final in a Grand Slam, and the prize or the reward that he's getting is a match with Novak Djokovic. So let's see what happens. He has troubled Novak in the past, so we will do that analysis in another video. But thanks for watching.